Diablo. You already know who it is. DEREK Diablo, Boy Diablo, Miami Casuals, Diablo TV. Like and subscribe, do things you're supposed to do. So you can build your mind and learn something for once, for a change, instead of messing around online. Here you get some real knowledge, whether you believe it or not. I got the facts to prove it. Exhibit A, being the photo of this video. Tri-County, South Florida, Colorblind Skinheads, South Florida Hooligans. At the time, it's Miami Fusion. That's 1999, champ. You see the Fort Lauderdale Skins in there, don't you, boy? Jake, T-May, Colorblind Cutthroats, man like Carlos, man like JJ, and my lads, right? That's 1999, brother. That was for Miami Fusion, but Fort Lauderdale Strikers, Miami Fusion, Fort Lauderdale Strikers, into Miami. It's the same football club. It's South Florida's soccer team. Feel me? And yeah, it's a different name and a different kit, but they already did that before. It's still the same one. Now, if they move to another stadium, that's another ball game. Maybe we never bring the Fort Lauderdale Strikers back. Then we have Miami versus Fort Lauderdale. You never know. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm the only man who's gone to Fort Lauderdale Strikers, South Florida soccer matches since 1979. That's my first match. When I'm 5 years old, I saw George Best, the greatest football player of all time, Mr. George Best from Manchester United. Loads of other United staff was there. I was seeing Manchester United when I'm 5 years old. The imagery, I always knew it, always heard it. 1979, me. Ask around. You got a lot of Johnny-come-latelys, and you got a lot of people from other countries and stuff coming here, and that's cool. And people coming here and wanting to join in Miami. They wasn't here when I was here in the hard era, when we was gangbanging doing everything else. It's easy to come around now. It's all nice. You know what I mean? But thing about it is, not only have I been going to football matches since 1979, Fort Lauderdale Strikers making me the oldest member of the entire supporters fan base. Jack, I don't care how much some of you guys know. Oh, he doesn't know that much about the game. You can sit there and jock the players and let's study all. It's like going to a rave. Does anybody say that somebody's not a real raver because they don't know the names of all the DJs and what genre does he play and what city did he come from? I don't sit there worshiping these other people. Now, skinheads and other hooligan lads influence me. I can't tell you every single detail about them like some of these people do with the players, mate. The show is taking place in the pitch, in the terrace, more than it is on the pitch as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, going on with your history lesson. Exhibit A, that picture, 1999. Now me, I happen to be in state prison for 2 years, 1999 and 2001, so I didn't happen to be at that particular match, understand? But talking about representing hooligans, skinheads representing hooliganism in America, in South Florida. That picture is 1999, champ, but it goes back to Exhibit B. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's backwards for you, but Skinhead by Nick Knight. Now, some people call this a Skinhead Bible or how to be a skinhead, yeah? But there is a Skinhead Bible. That's Spirit 69. But this one is better. And the thing is, this book came out in 1982. I become a skinhead in 1987. By 1989, I'm 15 years old, I had this book. So if I may read to you, because a lot of you people don't know this. You don't know what skinheads are. You haven't figured it out yet. It's taken you a long time, decades later, to figure it all out. But I was reading this as a child. I had already been listening to Cockney Rejects, The Oppressed, Foreskins. I'd already been knowing those bands since I'm 13 years old, since 1987. But I didn't understand the football hooliganism as such. I heard them talking about it, and I saw the West Ham logos from Cockney Rejects since I'm a kid. I'm seeing Sex Pistols and everything else. I'm seeing Cockney Rejects. So this chapter here on behavior, look, it has that famous picture with the girl at a football match with a dart in her eye. It shows Chinese stars and it has, so it's about football weapons and so forth, and it goes deeper into it. But this is from Nick Knight. Great book. Everybody should read it. They should have it in every school. I don't know, the people talk about banning books. I never found this in any library. This should be in every library. Teach you a little something about our culture. So you out there, Joe Public, come out of the ignorance that you're in right now about the skinhead movement. Right? If you don't listen to me, maybe you crack a book. Behavior. So I read this tonight. I already knew the bands. I already knew what hooligans were. I didn't know about the hooliganism as such. But I read to you. At a time when middle-class hippies, flower power, student mysticism, and love-ins were getting the attention of the media, the working-class youths of the skinhead movement adopted an aggressive form of behavior in keeping with the tough uniform of their boots and braces. The skins were passionately interested in football. However, the increasing commercialization of the game cut across football's working-class origins and helped to create a situation in which football violence was common. The clubs had experienced this violence since the early 60s. The comparative affluence of working class youth in the 60s allowed the building up of large groups of mobile supporters. The first appearance at away matches of massive groups of skinheads, all uniformly dressed and intent on smashing their opponents into the ground, must have been rather unnerving for the managers of those clubs who were hoping to turn football watching into a family outing. The clubs reacted by increasing policing of the fans and by herding them into segregated areas of the terraces. Special spike fences were erected. There was the Arsenal cage, and one club was rumored to have an underground room in which unruly fans were handcuffed to iron rings let into the walls. These precautions served only to strengthen the aggressive nature of the confrontation, to spread the cult, and to increase feelings of loyalty amongst the supporters. Football was the major event of the week. It offered all the excitement of an adventure with your mates, the chance to display fanatical loyalty to your club, to prove your hardness, and win the admiration of your friends. Clashes with the police and opposing supporters and taking part in the ritual songs and chants of the football ground, together with the opportunity to get drunk and run amok, provided the sort of power and excitement which is normally denied to working class youth. And it goes on, but that particular, so that right there gave me the whole blueprint, bro. You can sit and watch the game and do all that stuff, and rich people go and go in these expensive skyboxes and pay $600 and thousands of dollars for a ticket. What's working class about that? It says football was the major event of the week. These are skins. So we have our concerts, we have our music, we have our discos, we have our day-to-day lives. But soccer, football, is the organizing ground for skinheads of both sides, anti-racist and racist. So the rest of you, we're the ones who built it. Soccer in America is built by skinheads. Long before these Barra Brava guys were around and everything like that. America Skinhead has been trying to get it going. Major event of the week. So more than a concert. Offer the excitement of adventure with your mates, the camaraderie, the brotherhood. The chance to display fanatical loyalty to your club. How fanatical is your loyalty if you call yourself a soccer supporter? How fanatical? Fanatical means fanatical. Not just going and cheering and paying money. Fanatical is you're ready to go for your city. It's more about the city than it is about any particular sport, isn't it? To prove your hardness. And win the admiration of your friends. Through violence, through your conduct, through your one-upsmanship, through your clobber. Clashes with the police and opposing supporters. ACAB, smash the opposition. And taking part in the ritual songs and chants of the football ground. This is one of the things I love. Sat in the pub with my TCE, Plymouth Argyle, or with my soul crew, Cardiff boys. And we're in the pub, and the songs just spontaneously come out. And people make other ones and vary them, and they sing for me, oh, DEREK DIABLO, oh, DEREK DIABLO. They say, Diablo is a bluebird. That's a Cardiff one. Diablo is a bluebird, la 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 la, la 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 la. And in Plymouth they say, there's only one Del Diablo. One Del Diablo, Del Diablo, there's only one Del Diablo. So imagine, I even have ritual songs, chants about me. Imagine that. From reading this book as a kid, and now going there and it comes full circle, doesn't it? Together with the opportunity to get drunk and run amok, provided a sort of power and excitement which is normally denied to working class youth. So as we say, against modern football. This is football, buddy. 1989, I'm reading that. What were you doing? These geezers who are hooligans now, it wasn't even born, bro. When Del Boy was studying back in 1989, champ. And I'm in the matches since 1979. What about you?